What's up, people? It is 9:20 in the morning. This is a day in the life of me. So I'm gonna spend most of my morning just doing editing and eating breakfast and stuff. Typically I'd be answering comments from all the previous videos and things like that, but today we got the Orchid show, so that'll be pretty interesting. I think it'll be a lot of fun. It'll be my very first Orchid show that I've ever been to, and I hope to get some new plants, of course. Another thing we might do today is build the greenhouse. I actually bought a greenhouse, a humidity gauge, and a humidifier, and then I'm going to be able to move some of the things in the planted tank over to the greenhouse and free up some space in the planted tank. That's the plan anyway. Let's get this day started. And y'all know me, I can't get my day started if I don't have coffee. Coffee is life. Vanilla macadamia nut coffee. Easily the biggest bay ever. Alright guys, so while we're here, I figured I would talk a little bit about the Orchid show. This happens once a year in Calgary, from what I know. There's a couple near here, but this is the only one in Calgary. And it's just basically like a show and sale, so there'll be like displays, and they'll be handing out awards, I assume. And then there'll also be show tables and sale tables. So I'm hoping to get some new stuff today, hoping to get some different orchids for various different dart frog tanks and stuff like that. I also hope to just see some awesome plants because, I mean, it's an orchid show. I hope there's going to be some awesome plants. But at the same time, I know some of you guys don't really like the plant stuff. However, I still encourage you to stick around for when that time comes and just give it a shot. See what you like and see if there's any really cool flowers that you enjoy. I'd love to hear what you think in the comments down below, and let's get on with the rest of the day.
Invincible.
Alright guys, so I've been back from the Orchid show for quite some time now. Honestly, I haven't really done a whole lot exciting. I kind of thought this vlog might be a little bit longer, but I'm definitely going to be making a couple more points here in the coming future about my plants that I picked up, and actually Biopod. I really want to talk about Biopod because, yeah, we got some things to talk about, friends. So we've been back for a little, well, I've been back for a little while, and essentially all I've done, I uploaded today's video, or May 28th video, and I basically I'm now eating dinner, which is some homemade pizza with some Frank's Red Hot and a little bit of ranch on the top. All my plants are over there. I have to do this yet tonight. I need to build my greenhouse. And this is the humidifier and the humidity and temperature probe for inside the greenhouse for later, obviously. I don't know. Oh, look who's out. Look how cute he is. Yeah, so I'm going to watch some YouTube and enjoy my pizza. I was dealing with some stuff tonight, and I figured that it might be not a bad idea just to kind of sit down and chat with you guys. I got Sky here. We just went and had a bath. Sorry I didn't film it. Vlogging is still kind of new to me. It doesn't really come up all the time, so I didn't film it. But here we are. This is Sky. He's all wrapped up in his blue burrito outfit. You can see his tail here. I don't know if you guys can see that, but so what I want to do right now, I'm going to talk about Biopod right now, and then closing off the video, I'm going to have, like, after this, because I'm not really going to do much else tonight. I think I'm just going to close it off. It's already like 9 o'clock-ish, and yeah, I'll probably just watch some YouTube and edit this video, so not a hell of a lot going on today, but I figured I'd chat about Biopod, and then hopefully I can get this greenhouse set up, as I was mentioning earlier, and then I can show you guys that when it's done. I don't know if that'll be in today's vlog or in, like, another video in May. It may or may not be, I don't know, because there's only a couple days left. I don't know, I just wanted to chat with you guys about Biopod. Now, if you guys don't know what Biopod is, in a very, very quick synopsis, it's basically like the world's first smart living vivarium, or like thinking smart vivarium, I guess you'd call it. Essentially, it basically has an app that you can choose what you're putting in your Biopod, and then it will set the temperatures and the humidity and the frequency of misting and everything like that. Now, you guys can go back. Hopefully I'll remember to leave a card somewhere around here so you guys can go see the video of me basically filming one of the co-founders, Jared Wolf, I believe his name is, and he has it at the Calgary Expo. So if I didn't remember to link it, just search my channel, like Calgary Reptile Expo 2015 or something, and it's the one in October, and or September, one of the two. On the original Kickstarter, it said that it would be like shipping December, so we'd have it before Christmas. Now, of course, December came and went, and we were told, okay, it'll be soon. And eventually we've ended up to now, and they said, oh, it'll be released by May, or the end of May, is kind of what everybody was thinking. And it just has been keep getting pushed back and pushed back and pushed back and pushed back. And it's, honestly, it's driving me nuts. I know it doesn't really bother some people, but for me, it is driving me off the wall. Now, my mom is like, oh, it's a scam, it's this, it's that, and I know it's not a scam. I know they're doing it for a good cause, and I know that from a, like, retailer and like, the founder's point of view, of course, like, they didn't expect to have as many sales as they had. They have been upgrading parts, they've been doing bigger things with conservation, they've been setting up more weather stations, they redesigned the app, they've redesigned the whole, like, interface in the Biopod, and I get it, but I also think it's kind of irresponsible of them to tell us, hey, you're going to be getting it then, when the one at the Reptile Expo, the one in October or September, late September, early October, was the only one. And I think that is absolutely crazy that they... honestly, I wouldn't be shocked if there's some people that, like, cancel their order, get their money back, and I wouldn't be surprised if that's a lot of people, because while I'm not at that point yet, I'm really getting there. Like, it's driving me nuts. They do a whole live stream, and this is where they announced it, and essentially what they did was, like, they kind of showed all the different biopods and, like, ways to set them up, and then they made some BS excuse for how it's going to be delayed until end of August, early September. Now, that is not just a minor little delay. That is absolutely ridiculous, considering we were supposed to be here in May. How I knew it was going to be pushed back before they even said it was because of how long they kind of procrastinated, saying like, oh, well, we've been hard at work, and we've been doing all these upgrades and everything like that. And I knew, because it was taking them so long to announce when they were going to release it, that it was not a good sign. And I get it. Like, I don't want to make this to sound like a video where I'm just bashing Biopod, because that's not the case. Honestly, I'm still super excited to get it. In my opinion, it was just irresponsible of them to think that they were going to have this out in December and then push it back a month and then another month and then 2 months. And now it's another 3 months away. By the time we actually get this, I honestly wouldn't be surprised if it's next October, a year from when we bought it. And that's for the early adopters like myself. I think I bought like one of the first probably 10 Biopods ever sold. And my buddy was probably number 11 or 12. Alright, so I put Sky back, and I mean, like what I was saying was just, I don't want this to come off as me bashing them. And like I already said this, like I really don't want that. I don't intend it to be that. I get that they didn't anticipate as much success as they actually had, and that's great. I'm super happy, and I really do believe in their message, and that they want to basically bring conservation and like ecology projects into your own home. And you don't really have to work that hard to do so. I fully support that. I really do fully support Biopod. It drives me absolutely insane that they've postponed it so much. Like, they had to have known in December that, hey, the way things are going, like, there's no way we're going to have these out for January or May. Like, they have to have known that this was going to be postponed for X amount of time. Like, they've been posting on Facebook, oh, we're in China, like, looking at all of our products and getting prepared for shipping, and I almost feel like they've been lying to us. And like, I know if Jared, or I don't remember the other co-founder, but if you guys are watching this, like, it's not an attack on you guys. I do understand that retail is not what everybody thinks it is, and that it's not, hey, snap your fingers and like, it's made. Everything, all the science and all the, like, tech and all the actual, like, molds and all the parts and everything are made. But you guys had to have understood that this was not going to be ready X many months ago. Like, you guys had to have known that it wasn't going to be that long. And when you're product testing and checking parts and stuff, like, even this month, earlier in the month, we got an email saying, oh, like, we're in China this month, like, doing this, and the other thing for the Biopod, and getting ready for that ship date. And while that's true, maybe you were actually looking at it and getting ready for the ship date, you're implying that that ship date is soon, when that's complete BS. It's not. They put it off another, 3 months? End of August, beginning of September? Like, I don't know. I mean, tell me what you guys think in the comments down below. And Jared, if you're watching and you want to explain or try and explain, of course, I'm down. I don't want to, like, start beef by any means, because I am super excited for my Biopod. And that's the main reason why I'm so upset, because I want this beautiful piece of the rainforest in my house. I don't want to keep getting pushback and pushback and pushback. It drives me nuts. What is it? Suspension of disbelief? Like, oh, it's coming this month, and then it's coming. And like, I was so excited to hear that ship date. And I was at work. I even watched on my phone on break. And it broke my heart. Like, I screamed. Literally screamed at work. I was like, God damn it! And just screamed it. In work, like in where I work, and it's disappointing, really. And I mean, I get that if you're really making the product that much better, great. I know it's going to be worth the wait, and I understand. But these are feelings that we all have. Like, I'm sure they were not excited to announce, hey, we're pushing it back another 3 months for you guys. Lucky you. So that's kind of my rant on Biopod. Let me know what you guys think down below. I did provide some information, like they have been upgrading everything and basically like completely redoing them. They upgraded the glass, they upgraded the computers, they added more weather stations. They have been upgrading it. It's just, I don't think that's really an excuse for delaying it so many times. Like, had they just said in December, hey, it's not going to be ready till next year, or like 10 months from now, I would have been fine. I'd have been like, wow, that really sucks. But rather than getting my hopes up and then them crashing and then getting them up again and then crashing, it's, I don't know. That's what I would prefer. Let me know what you guys think down below. And I think that kind of concludes my rant about Biopod. I actually did suffer some scratch marks from the Sky Boy. God, he's got some crazy claws on him. I guess we can just kind of update you on everyone. A little bit of like a vlog update. So the jackfruit trees are all in here, and I actually did contact a local garden center and asked them if they wanted to buy them or if I could just give them to them. And I haven't heard back, so I'll let you guys know what happens with that. Kai is doing really well. He's in the middle of a shed, and my fogger ran out, so I'm going to have to refill that up pretty soon here. But he's mid-shed. He's, of course, kind of grumpy towards the camera. Sky, you kind of just saw. He actually just finished the shed. That's why I was soaking him, was because he just finished the shed, and I wanted to get him clear. Up here we have all my like carnivorous plants, really, and all my tropical plants as well. These are the newest shipment. These are the ones that I got in the mail that I did an unboxing for, and you guys can see them all potted up. So this is the Drosera madagascariensis. Those are the two Dionias. There's a couple Sarcinias. This one there and that one. And then this one as well. So those are bog plants. I think I'm actually going to end up putting them outside in a pot. I'm just going to let them get a little established in here. And then in here is the lance leaf sundew. That one's the capensis, as you guys already know. I already made a video about that one. And the cutting is all the way back there in that plastic bag. I don't know if you guys can see it. Whoops, I hit the light. But you can see all the way back there, there's a little bit of a plastic bag showing. That's the... So that back there is the Nepenthes cutting that he sent. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, go check out May 27th, I think it was. I don't really remember exactly what day it was. So there's the shellman. He decided to burrow under his water dish, I guess. I don't know why. Maybe his other side is getting a little dry, so maybe I'll dump some water in there pretty soon. Oh, some bad news. The little baby tadpole that I had and did the tadpole care video actually ended up dying. I don't know why. I think they might be obligates, so I think you have to leave them in the tank, and the parents do have to raise them. And speaking of the parents, look who's actually out. I believe that's Papa, unless he's... Oh no, I think that's one of the females, actually. Just chilling right there. Been growing some other stuff in here. There's mangoes in there. I have no idea if they're growing or not. These are echinacea for Sheldon, because they are edible plants. Or I believe they are, because I checked on the tortoisetable.org and they said they were. And then back there, I don't have my hand to zoom in, but in the back, you can see a couple little sprouts. And those are actually coleus plants. And those are very safe for them as well. So I figured I'd try my shot at growing them and see how Sheldon demolishes them. In here's the baby tank, the froglet tank. Some of them are not so froglet, like you can see that guy there. He's actually getting pretty big. I don't see anybody else. There's a couple in here that are huge. But I don't see... Oh, there's one... I don't think you guys can see. Forget it. There's one in the back there, but you guys can't see it, so... Not even going to bother. The shrimp tank is actually doing really, really well. As you can see right here, there's a little baby shrimp there. So that's super exciting. and the lights just went off. So I guess I just started this at a little too soon. That's okay though. Now we'll get to see maybe some action of the frogs before we shut things down. Here we go. See, check them out. They're so cute. Getting a call right now. I really wanted something that, like, this was the very last orchid that I bought. This is a Zygopetalum, what is it? Blue Bird, I believe? Yeah. So this is a Zygopetalum Blue Bird, and as you can see, it's about to flower, and I am super duper excited. Unfortunately, most of these I honestly don't really know how to care for very well, so I'm going to be definitely researching and figuring out. No! So as I was saying before everything happened, this is a Zygopetalum, and I've never taken care of one of these before, so I don't really know what I'm doing. So if any orchid keepers happen to watch this video, then by all means let me know. So if any of you guys are watching this and know how to care for it, be sure to let me know, because I would be very interested in finding out exactly how. I think it's a beautiful plant. So I know that they do grow the spikes off their brand new growth, and that's what's happening here. So from what I can tell, there's not really infestations. I'm probably going to repot it just because, I don't know, I don't really trust anybody's potting, and I'd like to not get a bunch of pests in my room, because that would not be good for really anything. Bought 5, I believe they're 4-inch pots, the square variety. So the next one I got here is a Bulbophyllum, oh no, this is a Heaven Scent. This is an Oncidium Heaven Scent. You guys can read that there. I think from what I remember hearing, this one is fragrant. Now, this will probably get too big to put in any of my dart frog tanks, but I figured what the heck, I might as well get another Bulbophyllum that's going to get fairly low, or Oncidium. I'm going to say Bulbophyllum every time, I don't know why. But I'm going to get another Oncidium and see how I do with it. I really like this guy to flower, because I believe from what I remember hearing, he is fragrant. So I'm hoping that's the case. Last time I heard, I think they smell like cinnamon or something like that. So that would be absolutely amazing. And he looks pretty good, or it, or whatever you want to call it. They look pretty good. No real disformities or anything like that. You can see there's a couple black leaves, or black spots on the leaf, but it doesn't look like anything major. I'm just going to have to go through these with a fine comb, and I'll explain kind of the madness that ensued after I show you everything. Now this is the orchid that I went there for. I actually forgot the name until I got there, and I looked it up again. This is a Angrecum sesquipedale, or sesquipedale, or whatever you want to call it. Basically, it's called Darwin's orchid. This is the orchid that made some connections between, like, coevolution. He essentially saw this plant with moths. Like, he had no idea how this would be pollinated, because if you guys haven't seen exactly what they look like, if I remember, and if I use the right editing software, I'll put pictures up off to the side here. The flowers basically have a huge, huge, huge long chamber. I know that's not the right word, but into the nectar in order to be pollinated. And eventually, I don't think Darwin was ever able to find it, but scientists, after he passed away, were able to find a moth that actually pollinates this plant. And I can't call myself a biologist or a hopeful biologist without this plant. It's called the Darwin orchid. I mean, come on. You gotta call it that, right? The last couple that I got were actually little miniatures. I wanted to get some miniatures that I could throw in my dart frog tanks. This is a miniature Cattleya species, and it's from Paramount Orchids. This is kind of what it looks like. You can see here, it's pretty small. He said it would only get maybe another, he said it would get about that big, like the bulbs, I guess, would get about this big. So I am so excited to see how this grows. So far it looks pretty healthy, but again, I'm probably going to be going through all of these and making sure everything looks good. So if you guys want some videos and repotting videos, be sure to let me know because I will do that for you guys. And last but not least, I got a little miniature dendrobium. Of course, there's a fruit fly on it because that's what they do. But this is another miniature dendrobium, and I said, like, I asked him how tall this would get, and he, like, because I looked it up, and apparently, I don't know, they aren't everywhere. So I looked it up, and basically he said this is about as big as they're going to get. So that is really exciting. It looked like a pretty healthy plant, so I just picked it up off the table and was like, okay, I'm taking it. And yeah, so that's what I got. So I got 5 plants total. It set me back about $100. As you can see, there's like, that one was 28, that was 25, this is 30, this one was 15, I believe, and then this one was 25. So it was about 100 and, I don't know, like 20, 30 bucks, something like that. I went there to spend money. I certainly did spend some money. These only happen once a year in Calgary. So, I mean, I was not the only one that went there to spend money. There was people just dropping, like, hundreds of dollars on orchids. Just like, I'll take this, I'll take that, I'll take this, I'll take that, I'll take that, I'll take that, and, like, walk away. And it's like, okay, that'll be $175. And I'm like, sure, here you go. And they just walk away. I was like, damn, you ballin'. That's crazy. So that's kind of my orchid haul, if you will. They weren't really selling too much media or anything, so I didn't really go bonkers with any moss or media because to me it wasn't really worth it. I can just buy it anytime. I don't need to spend it at the show when I already have media. So I didn't. I was able to stay strong. So I figured I'd kind of set you down on Kai's cage there and talk about my experience at the orchid show as everything else shuts off around me. All the lights are off now, minus this one and the shrimp tank because I have to shut that off manually. But I figured I'd kind of give you my overall experience at the orchid show as a kind of final thought on this vlog. This was my very first orchid show and I had no idea what to expect. I thought it was going to be similar to like a reptile show or something like that, to where it's moderately organized. There's not a ton of people there. I mean, you can walk around, you can have enough room to look at everything for the most part. That was not the case. Now, as you saw earlier in the video in that kind of montage, it was bonkers. It was absolutely crazy. And I think that place had an average beat per minute of 0. Like, everybody was so old. They were filled with old people. And, I mean, that's not to be, like, rude or anything, but it's true. Like, there was a lot of older folks there, and nothing wrong with that. I mean, it's kind of weird that a kid my age is really into orchids. Like, it's not all that common, and in a city as big as ours, I mean, it's very few and far between. Or as small as ours, I should say. Me and my buddy ended up going, and we basically collected our thoughts at the end and kind of figured, okay, so it was a lot of fun. It was really good. It was too small a venue. The show floor where they kind of give away all the awards and prizes and everything, that was great. That was fine. It was still packed with people, but that was fine. As for the showroom or the sale room, that was absolutely insane. Now you guys saw at the end how many people were kind of crowded around each table, and it didn't really look that bad, but that was after, like, I think we were there for about an hour and a half. And it had died down a little bit because it was raining outside. So, like, you'd be standing in front of a table, and some little old lady would just butt in front of you. And you're like, okay, like, I could still kind of see over you because I'm, what, 6 foot, 6'1", something like that. So for me, it's not the biggest issue, but there's so many people, you had to really stand up for yourself. Like, to get the attention of the vendors, there was, at Paramount Orchids especially, that was, like, probably the busiest booth. And it was essentially, like, just, you'd have to, like, hey, like, I need a hand, like, as we're walking by, and you'd be lucky if you got any questions in. I thought it was going to be more, like, personable, and you could kind of walk in and be like, oh, like, have a good discussion, and maybe that's how it was towards the end of the day. It might have just been the very beginning that was absolutely nuts, but I won't know because I can't go back tomorrow because I'm working. So all in all, what I think of the Orchid Show, I think it was a lot of fun. I cannot wait to go next year. I will certainly be going next year. I might even go up to Edmonton and go to that one just because, why not? Depending on when it is, because my finals are right around when the Edmonton show is, so I'm hoping that I can get that all figured out and go. So I think I covered everything. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm going to end it here. basically all I'm going to do for the rest of the night is I'm probably going to have a drink, not alcoholic, just like an aloe vera drink or whatever. I'm going to edit this video, I'm going to reply to comments, I'm going to watch some of my own YouTube videos, might hop on COD and play some zombies. I haven't really decided yet, but it's been a stressful day. Let's leave it at that. I really want to see you guys hit the like button, especially if you like my vlogs. I know today wasn't super duper exciting, but I think it was kind of fun. I can't do a vlog every day because honestly 80% of my days are just in here doing whatever, whether it's just sitting watching YouTube or editing or what, but hopefully this summer I'll have a couple vlogs. I'll vlog from Phoenix, I'll vlog on vacation, I'll do that kind of thing. So if you guys like the vlog, drop a like down below. I would really like to see that that like button go up. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, anything you've seen in the video, any questions about my orchids, or if you have any care tips for any of those, if you've cared for any of them, then let me know because I would love to hear what you have to say. And subscribe to my channel for the very end of May Madness. It's over. I'll be posting this on May 29th, and that leaves us with 2 days. So in the comments down below, let me know what you want to see, because it's 2 days left. That's 2 days. I know this has been the longest outro ever, but I'm going to remind you, leave what you want to see in the comment section down below, because, I mean, there's 2 days left. 2 days. 2 days left. 2 days left. Have a good one, guys. Graphic Phoenix, out of here.